Training camp has opened up around the league, and this is the time of year that fans are excited because they have hope and it's a new season. But for day one for the Tennessee Titans, fans are hearing reports that really don't sound good, but you still got to pump your brakes a little bit. So let's go ahead and watch a little bit of film that has been out there on Twitter and kind of talk about what is being said about the Titans' first day of 2025 training camp. So here you see the former first overall pick, Cam Ward, walking out for his first ever training camp. Then we've got a clip here of the wide receivers working through the ladder. We call this the typewriter drill, where they're working in and out to the right, and then quick burst out and attacking the football, kind of like representing like a mini dig. Now, the unfortunate reports coming out of day one is a lack of energy, a lack of ball security, and just not the feeling you want for day one. Now, they're not in pads today. Today was just jerseys. Maybe that had something to do with it. But when it's day one, you really don't want to hear that there was a lack of energy, a lack of excitement in the building, people moving around. A former Tennessee Titan wide receiver, Derek Mason, Tennessee Sports Hall of Famer, he was talking about, just from his point of view, he felt like they were pretty flat out there. There was not a whole lot of energy based on offense and defense. And also he felt like the ball was on the ground way too much for his liking, especially in the on-air sessions. These are not signs that you want to hear from as a Tennessee Titans fan, of course. You want to be able to hit the ground running, and you want to at least feel like the energy was there and that they was able to get in and get out of plays. Maybe execution's not always going to be like just zeroed in, but just the fact that you're hearing the energy level was low, not very good. And even Cam Ward himself said it. As far as today's practice, it was mid. And just mid, that is what it is. It does not sound great, but it doesn't have to be, oh, we just killed it, we're Super Bowl champions coming out of day one practice. You're not going to see that. There is a process, and you have to understand that process. But with that being said, there was a culture issue clearly last year, and this is a roster that is in the middle of a rebuild. The last thing you want to hear is that they don't have any energy on day one of training camp. So that's not good. Here's a clip right here. You can see Cam Ward working through a little bit of a 2-ball drill, toss to the right, gets a pitch, and now he's working through his boot drill. And then here's what Cam Ward had to say following his first training camp practice as far as how day one went.
Everything's always measured off a win or loss. Practice is 80 plays a day. That's a whole game. We were mid in practice today offensively, but it's first day. You get better every day. We just gotta try and just repeat. Not stay the same. Just try to get better.
So you can hear it straight from him right there. He's, today was just a midday, but today was a part of the process. So while it's not good for Titans fans to hear, reporters talking about there just felt like there was a lack of energy, a lack of sense of awareness, the ball, all of these things definitely not good. But it is day one, and I honestly feel like Tennessee Titans fans have to take a step back and really think about realistically, what are your expectations for this team? Those players in the locker room, they need to fight for the most out of this season. They need to be going to try to win a Super Bowl. But it's okay to look at how this roster is structured and know that you may find some lumps and bruises. You just have to find a way to be better than last year and see that the arrow is pointing up. And while today may have not have been the best day one, is the arrow pointing up? And that's what Cam Ward's talking about. Today, mid. That's where we're at. How are we coming out of tomorrow? Where are we improving, and are we taking the mistakes that we made from day one and we're being able to correct them and moving on to day 2, day 3, day 4, and so on and so on. So, but at the end of the day, the coaches have to get it corrected. Energy and things like that should not be an issue, especially going into day one. It's not like it's dog days of fall camp and it's 95 degrees and you've just went through 3 weeks of practice. Day one should be different, and that falls on the coaches, and it also falls on the veteran players in that locker room. They've got to get that corrected. They got to come out and have a better day tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. As always, guys, if you like this content, we're going to be following more training camps around the NFL. And then once we get into the season, film, breakdown. So hit that subscribe button. It's free. Join the community. As always, guys, stay kind. Peace.